Okay, we're going to start now. Here we go.
This is one of the most anxiety-provoking exercises a person can do. This machine, it's called a Humphrey, randomly blinks tiny lights, and I'm to click when I see one. The ones I miss measure my vision loss.
All those numbers there that you see that are zeros are blind spots. He doesn't see those areas.
You see, I have glaucoma, and I've been clicking for almost 20 years. You can see how the disease is robbing me of my sight. The prospect of going blind terrifies me. And my way of dealing with fear and terror is to confront it. Glaucoma is called the thief in the night because people don't even realize that they have it, and then one day they wake up and they don't see. Most people don't know how they see, how the eye works, and what can go wrong. I didn't before I got glaucoma. Glaucoma is a disease of the optic nerve. That's a cable of nerve fibers that takes the data my eye senses and sends it back to my brain to be interpreted as sight. The optic nerve works so well, in fact, that half the fibers can be damaged before you ever notice any sight loss. As those nerve fibers start to die, your field of vision starts to look like a window with the panes being shot out. As your sight loss progresses, you might unwittingly adjust your gaze to make up for the loss until it is all gone. They don't know exactly what causes glaucoma, but pressure built up within the eye can destroy the optic nerve. Controlling that intraocular pressure is so far the only treatment. And then you wait 5 minutes for this one. For most people, it's just drops in the eye and you're fine. And that if that doesn't work, then you can have the operations that I've had. They call it a bleb. You see, and underneath this blister, there's basically a hole cut into the eye, and this acts as a valve, keeping the pressure normal. And then on this eye, I had the same operation, but you can see the bleb is sort of flat. When I was first diagnosed, I didn't take it seriously. Losing my vision didn't seem real. But now the losses are making a difference.
What do you have lunch?
I just had a little cereal. Jim, my partner, is a tall, gray-haired man. And one day in the airport, we were there together. And he could have been any of the tall, gray-haired men. They all looked alike to me.
As he walks down the street, sometimes he bumps into people because he hasn't seen them. We used to ride a lot on our bicycles. Now he's hesitant because sometimes he misses potholes. So that's changed his level of physical activity.
Okay, we'll do the right eye first, okay?
I was fortunate to be diagnosed and treated early. For the past 20 years, I've been going to the New York Eye and Ear Infirmary to see Dr. Robert Rich.
My gut feeling says, wait a little while.
Bob has literally written the book on glaucoma.
And
young doctors come from all over the world to learn at his side.
Chart. Why don't you go over the whole chart and put together everything that's been done? Because he's been coming here for 25 years.
Bob's been as aggressive as my disease, getting me access to the latest drugs and surgical treatments. Some say he's been a miracle worker in preserving as much of my sight as he has.
Your pressures are really good, and your visual field loss is pretty under control. I'm happy.
You're happy. I feel like
You'll be happy too.
I feel like I'm going blind.
You have problems, okay? But for 16 years with bad glaucoma, you're doing okay. Don't need surgery yet. Everything is stable. I don't want to rock the boat. You can't reverse it once it's done.
We are doing everything we can to save my remaining vision, but still, it's an emotional roller coaster, knowing how relentless glaucoma can be.
Oh, that's definitely good.
I'm monitored regularly. I volunteer for research studies, and I participate in clinical trials. But still, I worry constantly about the future. What will it be like if I can't read the newspaper, drive a car, see a sunset, or the faces of the people I love?
Don't even think about that. Don't worry about that. What are you going into?
Like many ophthalmologists, Bob insists on looking at the positive, and he avoids talking about further vision loss. But with the sight I've been losing, I have to be prepared. So I started talking to people who've lost their sight. I stopped them on the street and hear what happened to them.
How did you lose your vision?
In a car accident.
Accidents, and diseases like retinitis pigmentosa, diabetic retinopathy, age-related macular degeneration. They were so generous with their stories, and the story so fascinating, that I decided to make this film. I've been making films on health for years, but this is the first time the health issue is my own.